Hello, my sweet friend. I am glad you're here. I just want to acknowledge your courage for looking for support and feeling some of these emotions that could be a little bit uncomfortable. So, if you are feeling stressed or anxious or overwhelmed or sad, just know that you are not alone. These are feelings that I struggle with a lot, especially recently. And so today we are going to do some of the things that usually have me feeling at least a little bit better. So hopefully we can get you out of that head of yours and into your body feeling a little more grounded, secure, and safe. So we'll go ahead and start in a seated position. This can be crisscross like me or any other position. We just want to find a spot where we can relax, and if it feels all right, I'll invite you to close your eyes and bring your palms face down on top of your knees. We'll go ahead and start with some inhales through our nose and exhaling out our mouth. I want to encourage you to release any pressures, expectations that you might have for yourself in your practice today. Just allowing things to be, trying to let go, and just accepting that we're all right, we're okay, and if we're not, we are going to be eventually. You can go ahead and do a full body scan all the way from our head down to our toes. See if there's anywhere specific that you might be holding extra tension or tightness. You can either try and find a little movement in that area, wiggle it around a bit, or as you inhale, bring that breath into that space, trying to imagine expansion, release. We'll begin with some circles with our head. So you can start by dropping your chin to your chest, and then slowly rotating your head over to the right side, letting it fall back behind you, bringing it over to the left, and back down towards the front. We'll do a couple circles in this direction at our own pace. Go ahead and do one more. And when you find yourself back towards the front, you can go ahead and switch directions, rotating over to the left. We'll do one more. Finding a neutral spine, just looking straight ahead. And we'll move down to our shoulders. So you can pick your shoulders up as close as you can to your ears, and then roll them back, dropping them down, drawing them to the floor, and rounding them forward. We'll continue in this motion at your own pace, loosening up our shoulders. And then switch directions, bringing them forward before coming down, back and up. Doing a couple in this direction. You can go ahead and relax your shoulders, maybe wiggle them out a little bit. And then we're gonna do some seated cat-cows. So we'll start by arching our back, pulling our rib cage and our chest forward, looking up, and then tucking our tailbone, tucking our chin, rounding our spine. And you'll inhale as you arch and look up. Exhale as you tuck your chin and round. We'll do a few more in each direction. Coming to a neutral spine. We're now going to stretch this mid-body towards the side. So go ahead and walk our right hand out to our side, and we'll sweep that left arm up overhead, allowing it to stop when it's just overhead, pointing straight to the ceiling. Walking that left hand out towards our left while we sweep that right hand up, pointing straight above us. We'll do one more to each side. Now we're going to do it again to our right, but this time we'll allow our left hand to go past that midpoint, reaching over to our right side as far as we can, really stretching this left side body before coming up through center and waving your arms over towards the left. Try and imagine that you're moving through water, kind of swimming those arms, letting them wave over towards each direction. We'll do one more to each side. And then meeting back with a neutral spine, sitting straight up. And now that we've kind of stretched our spine and mid-body in each of these directions, we're going to wrap them all together and kind of do rotations with our rib cage. So you'll start by pulling your rib cage and mid-body forward, similar to what we looked like when we were doing our cow pose. And then you'll swing that rib cage over towards your right, then pulling it behind you as if you were in cat, and then swinging it over to that left side, and then coming back towards the front. So it'll be front, right, back, left. And as you get the hang of this, you can try to smooth out this circle, finding a little bit more fluidity. As you start to get the hang of this, you can start to maybe, if it feels okay, pick it up a little bit, go a little bit faster. And then coming back to our neutral spine, sitting up tall. And now we'll go ahead and switch directions. So we'll start by going front, over to the left this time, then back to our right. Front, left, back, right. Starting to smooth it out. You might notice one side was a little smoother than the other. That's totally normal. We're just observing. Maybe start to pick up the pace. Slowing down and coming back to a neutral spine. We're gonna go ahead and roll forward, coming onto all fours. And we're gonna start to kind of work our way into our hips and our shoulders. So what I'll have you do is, with our toes tucked, we're gonna bring our feet together and then maybe walk those knees out about mat distance, a little bit further than our hips. Spread our fingers wide, really ground into the floor beneath us. And we'll drop our hips to our heels. And then from here, you can maybe walk your hands a little bit farther, feeling that stretch here in our shoulders. And then we'll transfer our weight into our palms as we bring our hips towards the floor. And you can let your feet pick up, coming towards your bum, stretching the front of our hips, and really pushing into the floor and not dropping into our shoulders or pushing away. Then pushing back, bringing our hips to heels. And coming back forward. Opening your chest, your heart. And on your next exhale, you'll push back, dropping your hips to your heels. We'll do one more to each direction. Inhaling as you come forward. And exhaling out of your mouth as you push back. Now you can either stay right here, or option to untuck your toes, bringing your bum to your heels all the way down into a child's pose. Just rechecking in with yourself. If you've found yourself getting distracted or thinking of other things, just bring yourself right back here onto your mat and into the present. We'll go ahead and come back up, coming to all fours again. This time you can kind of bring your knees and legs to parallel, so bringing your feet away from each other and directly behind your knees. And from here, we're going to do some more cat-cows in this position. So as you inhale, you'll drop your rib cage towards the ground, arch your back, point your sit bones up to the sky, and look up. And then as you exhale, rounding your spine and really pushing into the ground, finding space in your upper back between your shoulder blades. Inhaling to cow with an arch. exhaling, sending any of these uncomfortable emotions out through our palms, into the ground, into the earth, letting them leave our mind, leave our body. Inhale, arching. And with our last exhale, as we round, really pushing into the ground as hard as you can. Coming back to a neutral spine. Now we're gonna stretch our side body again by pulling our right shoulder towards our right hip, crunching in this right side and expanding and stretching in our left. Coming back through center, drawing your left shoulder and left hip towards each other. Back through center, and we'll do one more to each side. And coming over towards our left for this last time. And then back towards the center. And now, just how we were kind of doing those rib cage rotations, we're going to do something similar from right here. So again, stretch your fingers out as much as you can. Really feel yourself grounding through your palms, and then we'll go ahead and tuck our toes. Really feeling sturdy and grounded. And then you'll go ahead and drop your rib cage down into your cow, and then swinging your ribs over to the right side, then pulling them up towards the ceiling into cat, and then swinging them over to your left side. I'm going to do some rotations in this direction at your own pace. The next time you find yourself with your ribs towards the bottom, towards the ground, you'll swing them over to the left side, then come up and over to the right, coming in this other direction. Relaxing, coming back to a neutral spine. We'll go ahead and keep our toes tucked, drop our hips to our heels, walk our hands towards ourselves, coming into a little toe stretch for a moment, while we just kind of rotate our wrists that have been supporting us, going in each direction, maybe shaking them out a little bit. And then from here, we're going to meet in a standing position. So coming up to our feet. And I want you to stand with your feet maybe either hip distance or a little wider, really grounding ourselves into the floor, into the earth. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Bring your hands to your sides, palms facing forward. And if it feels okay, we'll close our eyes. We'll take a big breath in through our nose and a big sigh out our mouth. Do this again, in through our nose, out through our mouth. You can open your eyes, and on this next inhale, we're gonna sweep our arms up overhead, gazing towards our hands. And as we exhale, we're gonna let our palms and our arms fall heavy to our sides with our exhale. We'll do this again. Inhale, gazing up. On your exhale, just let Dead arms fall to the side, smacking our sides. Do this one more time. And then from here, either keeping your feet where they are or maybe coming even a little wider. We're going to keep with this loose, heavy arms, rotating our shoulders over to our left, letting our arms follow and swing over to our, I guess, my left, your right, and then over to your left, swinging our arms, letting them smack our sides. And then keeping with this kind of shoulder rotation, we're gonna bring our hands to our shoulders. And as we rotate to our left, we'll drop our elbows to our side. And then as you get over to your left, you'll lift your elbows back up. So as you rotate, bringing our elbows to our sides. As you reach your side, letting them come back up. And as your elbows drop to your sides, you can kind of find a bend in your knee, in your knees. And then straighten your legs as your elbows reach up. As you get comfortable with that movement, you can start to pick it up, going a little faster. We might look a little silly, but we are not worried about what we look like. We're just releasing, getting things moving, coming into our bodies. Great job. From here, we are going to find some more isolated movement. So we'll start by just swinging our left arm around, shaking any tension out that might be in our fingers. You could flick your fingers, flick your wrist, flick your whole arm, moving your shoulder. Switching over to this other arm. Maybe smile a little bit if it feels okay. You can close your eyes. Remembering to breathe. And then we're gonna ground in through one of our legs as we lift up the other and start to shake that one out. If you can keep your eyes closed during this, more power to you. I do not have that kind of balance. All right, planting that foot, transferring your weight and switching to shaking out that other one. All right, from here, we're gonna get a little wild and we're gonna bring it all together. Shaking our arms, shaking our legs, shaking our hips, our shoulders. And now I do invite you to close your eyes, not worrying about what we look like. All right, finding some stillness, grounding our feet below us, and we'll come back into that grounded standing position, rolling our shoulders up, back, and down, palms facing forward, stretching our fingers wide, inhaling through our nose, exhaling out our mouth. Rechecking in with ourselves, see how we're feeling, see how we're doing, not judging it, just observing. On your next inhale, we'll sweep our arms up overhead, looking up, and then diving forward, reaching our hands towards the ground. You can bend at your knees. Let our arms and head hang heavy. Maybe shake your head. Yes, shake your head no. Give it some rolls, some circles. And then from here, we are going to drop our hips and our bum down to the mat. Coming seated. You can bring your feet out in front of you, knees pointing up. Reach your fingers towards your heels. Engage your core, and we're gonna slowly roll ourselves down onto our backs. And as you get here, you can straighten your legs, slide your arms up your body, up past your head, doing a full body stretch, making yourself as long as possible, creating space. And then bringing our knees to our chest, wrapping our arms around our legs, bring your forehead to your knees, coming into a little ball. Now making yourself maybe as small as you can. Lower head back down onto the mat, and you'll keep your knees drawn in here, and you can bring your palms onto our knees, and this time we're gonna let our legs be that dead heavy weight, and we're kind of like a remote control or a puppet. We are going to use our arms to steer our knees around and find some movement in our hips. Just letting our legs be loose and heavy. Bringing your knees back to meet each other here in front of your chest. We'll stretch our arms out to the side, coming into a T. And you're gonna engage your core as you let your knees slowly fall over towards your right side, gazing straight up ahead or straight up above you. From here, you could either stay right here or bring that right hand on top of the outside of our left knee, just kind of anchoring you down here. And then option to keep looking straight up above or bringing that gaze over towards our left hand. Bringing our gaze back up to the ceiling, releasing this right hand, stretching it back out into our T. We're gonna engage our core as we draw our knees up, back and through center before letting them slowly fall over towards our left. Again, option to bring this left hand to the outside of your right knee, as well as gaze over towards those right fingers. Wringing out our spine, wringing out any tension. Releasing this left hand, letting it Go back out towards our side. Gaze towards the ceiling. Engage that stomach and draw your knees up through center. Straightening them up straight towards the ceiling. And from here, we're gonna bend at our elbows, coming into like a goalpost here with our arms. Stretching out a little more into our shoulders. You can flex your feet and point your toes. Do a few ankle circles. And then from here with our legs, we are going to imagine we are either slow motion pedaling on our bikes or maybe swimming in some water in the ocean. And so you'll find this pedal, swim, whatever image you like better with our legs. And then if you're pedaling or swimming forward, we're going to reverse it, going in that other direction. And then letting our legs come back together, pointing straight up to the ceiling. We'll bring our hands up overhead. And then slowly, with our core engaged, slowly lowering our feet back down, 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 until they rest on the mat. Coming into this full body stretch, flex your feet. And then relaxing, bringing our arms to our sides. And instead of bringing them directly by our sides, I want you to take up a little more space, letting your arms be wide, and then bringing your feet to match, bringing them outside of our mat, wide. Close your eyes if they're not already. And I just want you to take a couple more minutes here, not too much time, just allowing yourself to sit and enjoy this energy, space, vibration that you have created. Allow yourself to sit in it, enjoy it, soak it up before worrying about heading back into your day. You've earned it. You deserve it. If you find yourself being distracted, coming back to our breath. invite you to start deepening your breaths, taking a deep inhale through your nose, a big sigh out your mouth. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, coming back into your body. And if you have the time or you're not quite ready to get up, please stay right here. Otherwise, you can slowly work your way up to seated. Trying to keep your eyes closed as long as you can. We'll bring our palms on top of our knees. And we'll take a few more breaths together, in through our nose and out our mouth. You can slowly blink your eyes open. And I just want to thank you again for practicing with me today, and be proud of yourself. I hope you are feeling a little bit better, and I hope to see you again. Thank you so much.